As we stood inside the 16 by 16 enclosure, me being so conscious of my breath, her being so conscious of herself and my breath, I had to breathe deeper than I have in a while. There is so much that goes on in that silent space in between us, in between my beautiful 6-year-old, 7-year-old wild mare and me. There is so much that goes on in the space between each one of our heartbeats. It takes me back to my first Anna 20 clinic with Leo Kunz and the Nakota Mustangs. It was the first time I was inside a pen with a formerly wild horse. Actually a wild horse by all means, because it had never been touched. And I will never forget how I felt. The slightest hand raise, the slightest look, the slightest flinching of my body had this horse so aware of my every movement. And I was shocked because my horses let me touch them everywhere. There were no defenses. I look back now and I think, my God, were you dumbed down in the training process, or did you just learn to handle it better? But as I stand here with her on this overcast day, March 16th, 2024, she says to me, do you realize that the thing is with humans that you just don't stop taking? We've been working on getting her feet done because it's been 3.5 years. Now, if she was out in the wild, her feet wouldn't be done, but she probably would have broken them off more. And who's to say whether they would have been better or worse? But as her guardian, I need to take the best care of her, and her feet need a trim, and I want to halter her. But in this process of wanting to halter her, I'm learning so much from her. And every time I ask her for anything, I'm so utterly and intensely aware that she must give up something of herself to be in my world. And wasn't being pulled off the range, stripped from her family, stripped from her wildness. Wasn't that enough of what she gave? Does she really have to give more? Does she really have to let me touch her? Does she really have to let me ask for more of her or from her? Because anything I ask of her, I suddenly realize all I do is take from her. The herd got out yesterday, and she was out with her family on a patch of grassy area. And it broke my heart to have to bring her back in. I've only known her in captivity, in this 5 acres of fencing. This is not the way I thought my horse gentling experience would go. I thought I would be so excited for every little place she would let me in, or that she gave more to me. But no, this is a reckoning within me. This is a waking up inside of my being. This is a deep remembrance of how much we have stolen from them, of who they actually are, these horses, these wild beings, and how much on an every single day basis we take from them. Literally, I stood there and I started bawling, deeply apologizing for everything that I have done, for everything that humanity has done. And the ignorance that we have and the arrogance that we have, thinking that we have some kind of right to their bodies, to their ways of being, to do whatever we want, to own them. We don't own anything. We don't own this earth. We don't own the land. We don't own the animals. We don't own our homes. We think we do. But it's a lie. It's a total, complete fabrication. And when you are spending time with a being that you have an agenda of what you want to do with them, of why you maybe bought them, we have no idea how skewed our perspectives are. And I am so lucky to be standing here in the middle of this space with her teaching me, reminding me we don't own them. And anything we do to their bodies because we want to do it without having ever asked them, tell me how that's not indentured servitude. Tell me how that's not being a slave. As I stood there with her bawling, and I went to reach out to touch her and tell her how much I love her, it really hit me. Is this what love is? Love is me saying I love you, but I'm going to take your wild and your freedom from you. Love is me saying, please trust me as I invade your body because I need to trim your feet because somebody stole you from the wild and brought you into captivity because they wanted to own more land and they wanted to have money and didn't give a shit about you or your family? Is that what love is? This journey with her is taking me so deep. And today it takes me into this place of recognizing for the first time what I thought unconditional love is might not be that at all. I love you and I need you to let me touch you. I need to take away I need you to let me take away your rights to your own body so I can help you stay healthy. Something about that just doesn't add up.